Hi guys, I'm back with another midweek teaser. Now, this week's teaser affects Nairobians who use buses, matatus, the city hoppers, the KBSs, or the teeny tiny ones, what I'm calling the matatus. Now, for this week's teaser, I was in a matatu. I was coming from a place called Kiambu Road to Nairobi, the CBD, around Moi Avenue. What happens? For this particular matatu, there was no conductor, it's just a driver. So every stop, the driver has to come out and open the door for the passengers. So this happened every stop. The guy would get out, come and open. Now it never occurred to me that all the people who were in that matatu didn't know how to open that door. And I bet if you're listening to this, you probably also don't know how to open that door. And the problem is a majority of those doors never have a handle. Like I think they have something metallic. It's literally held together by something metallic. So it's only the driver who knows how to operate it. But the question is, have you ever thought about if something was to happen? If the matatu caught fire, what would happen to you? Would you burn in there and die just because you didn't know how to open that door? Anyway, back to my story. Now, we are on Thika Road. We go all the way to a place called Muthaiga. He makes a stop. He gets out, he comes, opens the door, people alight, and the rest of us continue with the journey. And then we get to a place called Ngara. I think probably the driver was tired, or I don't know what happened exactly, but he didn't get out. So he asked one of those guys, those guys who stand on this at the stage and then they ask for 20 bob just to give you passengers. If you use matatus, then you're probably familiar with this concept. So they stand there when the driver stops, they give you passengers and then you give them a certain amount. Usually it's 20 bob or 50 bob. So this guy stops and the driver asks him, please open the door for passengers who are alighting, right? And the guy says, no, they should know how to open that door. What if something goes wrong? So sitting at the front, and then as an OSH professional, it catches my attention, and I'm like, all ears. I'm like, man, I've also never thought about this. It's never occurred to me that, this car can just blow up for one reason or another, and I'm in it because I don't know how to open the door. I might die or sustain severe injuries. You know, anything can happen. Ajali haina uchaguzi, right? No, ajali haina ubaguzi. That's what we say, right? But anyway, so this guy's question got me thinking. And he refused to open the door. And the driver said, I'm not going to pay you until you open the door. I think it was an issue of fatigue for the driver. But eventually, the guy opens the door. But while he's opening the door, he starts to give us a lecture as passengers. And he says, how many times do you check your door in the morning if it's locked? In fact, sometimes you go downstairs and then you have to come back up just to confirm if your door is locked. Why do you do that? Because you have valuables in your house. And if you forget to lock your door, it's very likely that someone can just come in. If you live in normal housing in Nairobi, we don't have tight security. And if you don't lock your door, it's very easy for someone to come in and steal. In fact, Nairobi thieves, they even get in with the door locked. So imagine if you left it open. Easy. So the guy is giving us a lecture, but personally, it got me thinking. These are basics we need to know because we use these matatus on a daily. How come we've never bothered to interact with that door handle? Even if it's just that metallic, that kachuma holding it in place, how come we've never asked the driver or the conductor just to show us how to operate it? If there was ever an emergency where you needed to jump out of that vehicle, what would happen? So, my ask this week to everyone or anyone who is listening, take your time, interact with that thing that you use on a daily basis. In this case, if it's at Matatu, on Thika Road, on Kiambu Road, on Wayaki Way, on Agwings, please interact with that door. It could be the difference between you making it home alive or dying. Think about it. It got me thinking too. And in fact, I asked that guy, tebu nionyeshe hiyo chuma inasukumwa aje. Nafaa niingize mbio mbio ama niingize pole pole ama nafaa niivute pole pole, because these are the matatus that we have on our roads. A majority are unroadworthy, but because we cannot all afford vehicles at the moment, FYI, I'm using at the moment because things can change tomorrow, now, in the next 1 hour. You never know. But I'm saying, in the meantime, while you're using that bus, while you're using that matatu, please interact with that door. Know how to open that door. Know how to close that door properly. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for listening. See you again next time. Bye.